The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive, and you're tuning in to Reader's Magnet featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, and our featured author is an outdoorsman, conservationist, and storyteller with a lifelong connection to the natural beauty of Northwest Florida. Inspired by his experiences along the Apalachicola River and Gulf Coast, he uses storytelling to help children and families appreciate the importance of protecting wildlife and our environment. Through his work, he hopes to inspire a new generation of young conservationists one story at a time. He is the author of Starla's Special Shore. Let's all welcome Jim McClellan. Hi, Jim. Thank you for joining us here today. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you know what? I love this. I love this title, and it actually has a project attached to it. So I want to talk about this more. So can you tell us before we go on to the questions? Can you tell us what is Starla's Special Shore about?
Starla's Special Shore tells the story of a mother sea turtle who is returning to the beach where she was born some 30 years later to lay her first clutch of eggs, which is interesting on its own because that's the first time a female sea turtle returns for most species is when they're ready to come back and lay eggs, and they come back pretty much to the exact place where they were born.
True, I love that. So, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, the inspiration is also the artist, my friend Dr. Lynn Wilder. She is a member of the St. George Island Turtle Patrol in Northwest Florida. And Lynn was increasingly frustrated in her turtle patrol activities and finding litter and holes and things like that on the beach that are impediments to sea turtles when they're returning to shore to lay eggs. And she was frustrated with the fact that it seemed to be older kids, college age kids having big parties on the beach. There would be families that would leave all of their beach towels and things like that on the overnight. And we were talking about ways that we might be able to change that behavior. And I could assure her, having been a former 18, 19-year-old college student myself, that's probably not the age that you're going to reach. So we talked about a project that might reach kids at a younger age and essentially through storytelling try to normalize appropriate behavior at the beach and appropriate actions and things that would actually help sea turtles. And so Lynn is also a painter, a very gifted painter. She had never painted a turtle before. And so for the first 2 or 3 months were spent convincing Lynn that she could actually do the painting.
And she did it. I love that.
She did it. Our deal was that she would do the art and I would do the writing, and we would tell this story.
You know what I love about this book is that it actually has a goal, to educate the young ones so that when they grow up, they also help in taking care of the environment. When they're not having parties and throwing litters in there, because some of those people who are in that age as well, 18, 19 as well. When they see these creatures going to the shore to lay eggs, and they sometimes harass the creature without knowing what it's gonna do. So it also affects the population of the sea turtles with that as well. So I love this project because you can actually expect for something in the future. So it actually has a substance and can actually have great impacts right there. So teach them while they're young. Yeah,
that's the goal. Hopefully, there was a time, if you were old enough, that littering was something that people did frequently. And it was only through sustained education and public outreach and just normalizing proper behavior that now nobody wants to be a litter bug. That whole campaign, that whole idea. And we thought maybe the same thing could apply in this case.
So what do you think makes your book unique? So more unique than the other books in the same genre?
Well, I think that we're trying to change behavior, but we're doing it in a gentle way, not an in
Mm-hmm.
your face.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Stop doing that. Don't what we would rather do is create empathy toward the creature itself by
Mm-hmm.
telling a story and helping kids understand the struggle that these turtles go through and just how hard it is and all the things that they face, not just from human activity, but also their natural predators.
Mm. Yeah.
The other thing that I think makes it unique is that we've dedicated $2 from the purchase of every book to go to an organization called Sea Turtles. That's SEE Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
What makes them unique is that they in turn offer grants to local sea turtle patrols, like the one that
Mm-hmm.
Lynn works with at St. George Island, and they do that worldwide. And so I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a great way to sort of, spread the message and actually help at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So when you were you when you were using the book for a movement as well, how did you decide on choosing sea turtles as your beneficiary?
Well, that was where the problem was, and that my
Oh.
experience with Lynn as a friend and seeing how dedicated she was to preserving sea turtles, and then realizing
Mm-hmm.
that even as a multi-generation native Floridian who spent every
Mm-hmm.
summer of my life on the beach, to realize how little I knew about sea turtles that I learned from Lynn, and it was just it's fascinating. They're fascinating creatures. They have all the odds stacked against them, and yet they've survived through the millennia, and it's just incredible to me.
Yes. And there are also amazing facts out there, like the one that you just thrown a while ago, like when the females actually are ready to lay their eggs, they actually go back to the place where they were born. And it's such an interesting fact, like, when you're a kid, how they remember that, like for generations, it has been, the pathway of the sea turtles. They go back to that place, so there could be something that they've followed there or something that they remembered. And I love that this book is actually having this sort of movement, um like spreading awareness about this, for people to take care of the environment. So it's not just actually the turtles that are benefiting from this. It's also the people, the other creatures as well, and the beach itself as well, and the different ecosystem that's in that place. And it is. Was it hard for you to decide to create this book? Having this such huge impact.
It wasn't hard. It was a matter of getting it done. That was the we knew what we wanted to do, but this
Mm-hmm.
isn't Lynn's. Lynn is has a lot of irons in the fire. She's a member of Keep Franklin County Beautiful. I have a
Mm-hmm.
full time job as well, so we had to sort of coordinate. I'll get another chapter done, and we
Mm-hmm.
also, though, the other important part of this is we tried to keep it as factually accurate as possible, even though it's a
Yeah.
story, it's fantasy. Uh, we disclose in the beginning, sea turtles don't actually speak English, so you have to
Yeah.
suspend your disbelief a little bit. But otherwise, when we were talking about the behaviors and things like that, we wanted to be as accurate as possible, and so we limited the artistic license in that regard.
Mm-hmm. And I have noticed on some of the pages that the story is actually written in verses. So I want to ask, why is it written in verses rather than writing it in a prose?
Well, I'm going to give you two answers to that.
Mm-hmm.
The first answer is there's a lot of research that says that rhymed verse um, triggers both sides of a child's
Mm-hmm.
mind. The words trigger the linguistic side, but the rhyming pattern triggers the other side of the brain. And so you sort of have a combined, you have more recall of that,
Mm-hmm.
of rhymed verse than you do of prose. And the proof of that is almost everyone,
Mm-hmm.
from my age to my kids' age, can quote Dr. Seuss all
Mm-hmm.
day long. And it's amazing that those simple rhymes stay with
Yeah.
us like that. That's the first answer.
Mm.
The second answer was I thought it would be a fun challenge.
True.
and it was.
True, true. So was it hard, to like, find the right rhyme and in telling these stories?
It was. There were times where I thought, why did I do this to myself?
It's a unique take, by the way. So-
But I used to do that every Christmas. I would do a night before Christmas. I would do a
Mhm.
takeoff on the night before Christmas for my kids,
Oh, love that.
and it was one of those things I did it once, and then it became a. They expected it after that, so year after year I had to do a night before Christmas poem that would sort of sum up the year. But
I love that, creating a different take on a story. So it's so, yeah, relatable to Dr. Seuss as well, having all these rhymes, and they actually give impact to children as well, because the kids get to be inspired by that. So when they grow up, they remember that as well, because there's a certain tone to it, there's a certain rhythm, and then you're creating this one which also gives impact to them, giving the empathy about the environment and the other creatures as well. So yeah, I'm excited about this future as well. So in the future, like, there could be someone, I've read about this book Starla, and I'm inspired to write this other book, and this, excited about that to be
I hope
happening.
that is, in an ideal world, I would hope that the kids that internalize a little bit of these, and maybe
Yeah.
they don't even remember where they heard it, but
Mm-hmm.
a 19 or 20-year-old getting ready to leave the beach and says, you know what, we might better fill in this hole that we dug so the
Mm-hmm.
sea turtles don't fall in it. And maybe they don't, like I said, maybe they don't even remember why they know that or why they should do it. But if you can accomplish
True.
that, then I think it's one of those things that you start small and it grows over time. And so maybe we've just
Wow.
planted a seed here, but sometimes a seed is all you need.
True, true. So, I have a question here. Who are the partners and what did they do?
The partner, I have three really good friends, and
Mm-hmm.
they were sort of a sounding board for this project. And they own three different distinct businesses. And what they all have in common is they deal with people who are visitors to the beaches.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Aero Air Charter out of Pensacola is a private jet charter service, and they bring in people coming to the coast to see the coast. People often traveling with kids would rather travel
Mm-hmm.
via charter jet. Um, so Joel Smith and Wendy Smith agreed to be a partner in the project and distribute the books to the people that came. Um, my friend Danica has Waterscape Rentals. She rents condos to people who are coming to the beaches for the first time sometimes, and she agreed to put the books in her condos, and so she's a partner. And then the last one was Joe Donovan, who is an insurer, but the insurance he sells is for boat captains, and
Mm-hmm.
has a lot of customers who come to the beach with visitors and their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so Joe agreed as well that he would help, make sure these books got distributed. So uh,
Mm-hmm.
gave a shout out to them
Yes.
inside the book.
I love how you actually created connection to these people, so they could have a different line of business, but they actually help in, spreading the awareness as well. And they did their job. So shout out to them as well. Because
They absolutely did, and I really really do appreciate them.
yes. And right now, Jem, I'd like to give the spotlight to you. Tell us where we can find your book and if you have things to promote.
Well, the book is available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, the typical places that you would find it. We're working to get it into gift shops and uh, hotels and places like that. Um, One option that's available with this book, if you go to our website, you can special order a logoed version. So if your business wants
Mm-hmm.
to give away these books, you can order. Uh, I don't think we even have a minimum. You can order
Mm-hmm.
books with your company's logo on the front that say "distributed by." Uh, but we are very excited about it. It's been a very fun project to work on. I can tell you.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So, Okay, so guys, Jim McClellan's book is also going to be featured in Readers Magnet's booth. That's going to be on September 12 and 13, and I'm excited because it will be featured there. So if you're interested, if you are around the area, during the event, it's going to be in South Dearborn Street. So during the book event. You can go to Readers Magnet booth and scan the QR code of the book, and you will be routed to um Jim's website as well. So can you tell us what's your website, Jim?
It is starlaproject.com.
Nice. That's starlaproject.com, everyone. And his book, Starla's Special Shore, is available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And remember his name, it's Jim McClellan. All right. Jim, thank you for joining us here today. I had fun. I have some learning here. And I'm excited to talk about this book more.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I've enjoyed it.
Yes. And guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So go tell your story, storyteller. And this is your host, Revan. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. And as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for now. Stay awesome.